Hello guys, I hope you're all well. Today one of the topics I want to talk about is depression and why is there such a rise in depression, not just in the UK and the Western world, but globally. Many people will be affected by depression, and many of us know people that are affected by depression, although often people do try to hide that they have moments of depression or anxiety. But luckily this is becoming more well known and people are becoming more open about it so they can receive the support that they actually need. Just statistically, just to understand, in the UK alone, 1 out of 4 people will have depression each year. Very high proportion. 1 in 6 people will have a common mental health problem on any given week. 1 out of 5 people have suicidal thoughts. 1 in 14 engage in self-harming, and 1 in 15 will attempt suicide. In the United States, there are over 40 million adults with depression. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in every 13 people suffer from anxiety and or depression globally. So we can see that this is growing, okay? This is a mental health issue that is expanding and it's growing and it's affecting more and more people. So now normally when people are ill, whether it's physically or mentally, they're treated as patients because they're seen as having an individual problem. You're an individual patient who is unwell, so you'll be treated. But when you look at such high numbers, when you see that it's spreading so rapidly and it's encroaching upon the majority of people very, very rapidly, and in some societies there's a lot more depression than others, we can see that this is not an individual health problem, and perhaps it should be treated as a societal problem rather than an individual one. Because when you've got that many people suffering from depression, there is a cause and there's something wrong on the societal level. It doesn't take a genius to understand what the problem is. Quite simply, we are living in an unhealthy manner. We're living in an unnatural environment. We're living in a super stimulated world. We're living very individualistically with huge amounts of stress that are placed on people. I mean, there are moments where someone can have a baseline of having a normal lifestyle where they're not necessarily suffering from any mental health issues such as depression, and then instances or sudden life challenges may bring on a bout of depression, such as bereavement, the death of a family member or a loved one, the end of a deep relationship, a breakup, a divorce, or sudden financial or career concerns. These can all bring about depression, but I'm not talking about these instantaneous or sudden bouts. I'm talking about the underlying tone. And this is something that I will be talking about a lot more in my videos. There is a tone, and the tone is one of, in many parts of the world, a subtle, pervasive depression and suppression. So now, we as human beings are supposed to be living among others, we're supposed to be engaging with others, we're supposed to have a healthy support network, we're supposed to be around family and friends. But in the modern world, realistically, especially in the UK, possibly some parts of the United States and Europe, many times people are so busy they don't even have time to see their family members. A lot of children are raised in households where they don't really spend quality time bonding with their parents, because the parents are just so busy trying to make ends meet. They might be having two or three jobs on, they might be having a little side hustle here or there. They're struggling, and they also need time to balance and to recalibrate, to draw back from this hectic environment to try and regain some energy. So this leads to individualism, where a lot of people are spending more and more time in isolation. Despite being among others, despite being able to connect globally via the internet and various means of social media, people are feeling quite isolated, which will have a great impact on their mental health. There's also the sedentary lifestyle, sitting at a desk all day, looking into a computer screen. I mean, that is not a natural lifestyle. Your blood stops circulating around your body. There's a lack of exercise. There's a lack of natural sunlight. There's a lack of vitamin D. Yeah, there's a lack of fresh air. You're working in a stale environment, could be 8-9 hours a day, lack of fresh air coming in, you're staring at a computer screen, and your vitality is just being drained off of you. And if that's something that you can feel and you know that you're not happy doing it, that will cause a type of depression. There's the constant push to compete. We can all see this now over social media. Be the best, be faster, work harder, work longer, put more time, there's no excuse. I mean, this is all great when you have a balanced life, and then perhaps you're trying to achieve greatness. So you're becoming a great sports person, for example, or you have a particular goal, a particular career, or a particular area of study that you have to put a lot of effort into for a short space of time. That's fine. But what's happening now, this kind of whipping, you're being whipped to work harder for less money, or you're being whipped to work harder for the same amount of money, this competition, this stress, am I missing out on something? This anxiety, it is very, very powerful. We need to improve our interpersonal relationships. So there are multiple reasons why stress can come onto a person. A lot of it is because we've just become overcomplicated. Right now, if you want a glass of orange juice, I guarantee where most people now, these viewers watching this, within 20 minutes, maybe even less, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, if you wanted to have orange juice, you can have a multiple choice of different types of orange juice. You can have sugar-free orange juice, you can have organic orange juice, you can have pure orange juice, you can have orange juice with bits in it, you can have smooth orange juice, you can have fizzy orange juice, you can have fizzy orange juice mixed with a different type of fruit. I mean, it's just immediate gratification. Whereas before, picking the orange, squeezing the juice, this delayed gratification creates a more of a sense of calm and less anxiety. What we need to also understand is that whenever there is an incongruence inside you, that will lead to depression or anxiety. What I mean by that, ideally your thoughts, your actions and your emotions should be connected in one. So when you're doing something, your thoughts are focused on that, your actions are focused on that, and your emotions are in harmony with what you're doing. Now, whenever one of those three components is not aligned, there will be a dis-ease, which is a disease. And a disease, most commonly now, that will come in is depression and anxiety. So you need to do more of what actually makes you happy. I don't know many people that can be happy and be depressed at the same time. Okay? Increase your happiness. Do things that you enjoy. Okay? You need to be true to your nature. Many times people are hiding their nature to be accepted by society. But what you find out is about 99% of society are hiding their individual natures for the 1% of society. I mean, realistically, is this sustainable? No wonder you're seeing mental health issues all over the place. People are anxious and depressed. Try and avoid an internal conflict. What you must understand is that your mind will always lie to you. Your thoughts can always play games with you. You can second guess, triple guess, you can double guess yourself, you can take on people's different views, you can question your own views. All of this leads to anxiety and depression. Try and focus more on your emotions. Now, I'm not saying become an emotional being rather than a rational one. What I'm saying is feel more. Feel the environments you're in. Feel how those environments affect you. Your interactions with people, feel how they affect you. The actions that you do, whether it's your work or your studies, feel how that actually affects you. And if it's depressing you, if it's taking away your energy, if it's causing you stress and tension, you either have to manage that or move away from it. Because if you keep that status quo, you'll get very, very ill and very, very sick. So these are some of the reasons why there is an increase in depression and anxiety. Meditation is very helpful. I'm going to do another video on a number of ways to handle depression and anxiety in a natural way. But honor your feelings. Honor your feelings, honor your emotions, do what makes you happy, and just remember that life is so short. I understand in some circumstances you may have to modify your behavior in a society, 100%, but try to do more of what makes you happy. I wish you all health and happiness. Thank you.